highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's the second-year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And the judge does a nice job there of navigating and picking up some yardage. Remember, no Tevin Coleman in the backfield, so he's moved up in the pecking order, getting a lot of playing time for these Atlanta Falcons.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On 2nd and 10, Ryan, and nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
On 3rd down, Ryan looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston, and the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. Now following the interception, here's Newton. His throw incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now Newton on 1st down. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Even at the age of 30, Cam says it's just a number. Still a real threat running the football. We all know about the touchdowns, but ran for 488 yards last season. That was 4th among all NFL quarterbacks. He can still tote the mail.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll try the air now with Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for Carolina. 45 yards.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. On on the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Oh, this is blocked. And thankfully, the offense able to recover, but the extra point attempt foiled. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll run on 1st down. Freeman. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43.
A gain of 15.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, free clear.
Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Ryan gets it to his tight end, Hooper. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 1st down, it's Freeman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2nd quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down, Ryan. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. K1 short in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Yeah, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Gun. Come on, D. Check 50. Check 50.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And I think the ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Well, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very...
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Falcons grab it. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Check. Check 39.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, now second and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
From the 24, Newton. Stepping up, he's going to keep it, and he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
What we got?
Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down.
I'm coming.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Forced out to his left. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Right there, 54, right there.
From the gun, here's Newton. He's going to rifle one deep. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Ryan. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come up in an offset eye.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 58. Tighten up. Let's go.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Again, it'll be Freeman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons push further out in front. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it. But
and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His third touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They will start the drive with Scarlett. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Here's Hardest Payne. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
From the gun, Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Newton. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Artis Payne. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On 1st down, it's Newton. Dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Set. Mike, 45. Bring it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 1st down, Newton. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
No, possession's on. Possession's on.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
59, Mike to 59. Come on, the ball. 11.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now Freeman, he's been busy today.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Smith trying to run for it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Newton on first down. And they got the hook up. This is Olsen. And the ball is knocked out. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
To throw on 3rd down, Ryan. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. All day.
From the gun, Newton. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play. Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
It's a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5 now. Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
20.
Back to throw, Newton. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out. Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big run there by Freeman. 61 yards that time on the ground. They come out here in the eye. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. Here we go now with Smith. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Try to punch it in with Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Newton. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Falcons grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Operating from the gun. Newton looking left side. That's caught by Moore. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burt?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Steps away to his left. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
on the draw. It's Scarlett. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and 7, Newton. It's complete. Curtis Payne.
I got you, boy.
It's a gain of 5, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
3rd and 2, Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Newton now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. That's going to be caught. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Complete to Curtis Samuel. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Set. Security. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
They'll run with Scarlett. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
You must be dreaming.
Newton to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.